What's up, guys, and welcome back to my reading journey. Hope we're all done absolutely fine, and today, as usual, we're gonna continue with the book by Cicero on the ideal orator. It's gonna be the 90th part of the first book, so let's get started. If anyone thinks that my claim about speaking on any subject is too unrestricted, he may trim and prune away from it as much as he sees fit. Yet I shall hold on to one thing. Suppose the orator knows only about what occurs in the practice of judicial and political disputes, but is ignorant of the subject matter of the other pursuits and arts. Even then, if he should be required to speak about this very subject, the orator, once he has been introduced about the contents of each field by those who do know it, will speak far better than the experts in those arts themselves. For example, if Sulpicius here will be required to speak about military affairs, he will ask relative Gaius Marius about it, and once he has been instructed, he will express himself in such a way that even Marius will have the impression that Sulpicius knows these things almost better than he does. If the topic is civil law, he will consult with you, and despite your exceptional understanding and experience, he will, through his oratorical skill, surpass you in the very matters he has learned from you. And should an occasion arise in which he must speak about human nature and its vices, about desires, moderation, self-control, pain, or death, he will, if he sees fit. But the orator should certainly have knowledge of all these. Consult with Sextus Pompeius, who is quite knowledgeable about philosophy. One thing he will certainly accomplish. Whomever he consults, and whatever the subject may be, he will speak about it with much more distinction than the very person who has instructed him. But perhaps he will listen to my advice, seeing that philosophy is divided into three parts: the mysteries of nature, the subtleties of dialectic, and the study of human life and conduct. We may give up the first two as a concession of our laziness. But if we don't hold on the third part, which has always belonged to the orators, we will leave the orator nothing in which he can be truly great. For this reason, the entire topic of human life and conduct must be thoroughly mastered by the orator. As to other subjects, even if he has not learned about them, he will, whenever the need arises, be able to give them distinction by his speech, if only the material has been handed over to him. Indeed, if scholars agree that a man who knew no astronomy, Aratus, spoke about the heavens and the stars in very fine and distinguished verses, or the Nicander of Colophon, a complete stranger to counter life, wrote splendid lines on farming by virtue of the skill of a poet, not that of a farmer, I don't see why an orator can speak eloquently about what he has learned from a particular case or occasion. The poet, after all, closely resembles the orator, while the former is slightly more restricted as to rhythm and enjoys greater license in his choice of words. They have an almost equal share in many of the devices of style, and however that may be, the poet is certainly almost identical to the orator in his respect. He does not restrict or continue his right of possession by any boundaries that will prevent him from wandering, employing this same ability to express himself copiously wherever he wishes to go. Alright, guys, we've done with this part. We're going to continue tomorrow the next one. So thank you for jumping to this video. We're going to continue tomorrow the next one. Thank you, see you, and bye.